This is the Myth YouTube video test by Cynathina Morrison, Humanities 207, under the direction of Professor Vance. Hello, it's Cynthia on YouTube, and today we're going to talk about myths. The myth in particular we're going to talk about is it's easier to learn a foreign language as a child than as an adult. That myth in itself reminds me of an old proverb. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. As the story goes, it's easier to teach children a foreign language than adults. It is believed to be true in our society because it's believed that a child's mind is considered to be porous, like a sponge. But in actuality, adults learn a foreign language better than a child because they have a more developed understanding of how language works. Knowing the understanding of how language works is important because there's a focus of understanding how to use words, the tenses, and structure. Whereas with children, they learn a foreign language based on mimicking and not necessarily the understanding of the words, the tenses, or the structure. This myth exists because of labels we put upon ourselves, or it simply could be a method of pushing ourselves to preventing ourselves from continually to evolve and learn. Learning is important. Learning is something that should never stop, no matter how old we get. A couple things about foreign languages in adults. According to Alex Breeden, adults' pronunciation is a weak point. Most sources tend to agree with him. While it's possible in rare cases for adults to gain a complete native accent to a new foreign language, it just doesn't happen often. On the other hand, kids are more adapt to learn and use sounds of that language in that native context. It's also important to understand that it's more better to be understood than to sound like a perfect native. If you're a good reader in your native language, you'll probably be a good reader in a foreign language. That's because adults are good at taking knowledge they already have and applying it to a similar knowledge that they are trying to acquire. So let's recap this myth. It's easier to learn. In closing, I believe you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You just don't want to see the old dog doing them. Till next time, keep on learning. The myth that it's easier to learn a foreign language as a child than an adult. I believe that you can learn a foreign language as an adult or a child. You learn it in a different method. A child learns by mimicking. An adult learns by using tenses, structure. An adult may not have the native tongue. It may not sound like them, like a child would, but as long as it's understood with just a key, and you're understood in that language, that's what's most important.